I just want to turn our attention for a moment to the death of Nelson Mandela. There's certainly a lot of question about his relationship to Jews, to Israel, but there was also a lot of criticism of the Israeli government for not sending the Prime Minister to the memorial service.
Well, it reminded me of, Abba Eban's famous statement about the Palestinians. They never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. And it struck me that Netanyahu seems to be following the same philosophy these days, and this was a good example of it.
Well, supposedly the reason was that it was going to cost so much to pay for security, but that seems a little...
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Every world leader existing was in that stadium.
Right. There was no good excuse, but that was a particularly bad excuse.
A terrible excuse.
But the idea that he had sympathy for the Palestinian cause, but to look at that as the whole of his legacy is to look at Israel, the whole of, Israel is more than just its economic and military alliance with apartheid South Africa. So
Exactly. I wrote an editorial about this, and I felt that what was really a shame about it, the missed opportunity, to your point, Deborah, was that we want to see Israel be part of the family of nations.
Right. And Israel should want to see itself.
And there are a lot of people out there that don't want Israel to be part of the family of nations. And there was a part of me that he should have walked into that stadium and say, Dafka, I'm here, folks,
I'm part of that.
But the reality, but the reality is that, I think the deeper fear was that he was going to be booed,
And so?
And no, I'm just saying that I think that's where he was coming from. I think that, I don't think that, all these other reasons are the real reason for it.
It's just unfortunate because Mandela really stood for much more than small, narrow slices of issues. And as a woman as well, the fact that Mandela was a strong proponent of all women's issues, put reproductive rights in the South African Constitution, was a real leader.
I was listening to his speech in 1990, shortly after he was released, on the steps of New York City City Hall, and I was so struck by how he saw sexism and racism as really two sides of the same coin, and how he kept in his rhetoric saying, we want a non-racist, non-sexist South Africa. He was fighting for not just one segment of society, but he was fighting against inequality, in a global sense.